Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back from the deck profile here. Now, this deck, I know I was talking about like a bunch of Dragon Link decks and all this and that. This deck, I actually really enjoy this deck. So, like, Dragon Link's just kind of, I feel like, inherently good going second. Like, it's not meant to go second, but it can easily. This engine I'm playing in it obviously makes it just a lot better. Also, there's some niche interactions and stuff you can do with this deck. So, without further ado, let's get right on into it, guys. Whoa. You guys know I'm just a big proponent of 60 card decks. Big decks. Oh. My stomach is growling.
I said I was hungry.
Alright. So I'm playing 3 Safer. This card's just like best. I think this is best normal summon outside of the red metal or black metal. Yeah. I don't have super, so I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, these are Italian though. Yeah, that's fine. But these are like the normal summons that I enjoy the most. Okay, now I'm back down here. So this card also with Dragon Ravine is just a rotor for 11 here. What? All right. As you can discard this off of Ravine, send 11 here, banish this to add 11 here back. So it's very good. Also, this just normal summon makes Striker Dragon. Search the red eyes. You know, blah blah blah. So it's just one of those things. I just was a huge fan of this card in the main deck now for this list. 1 Levineer, 1 Brotor, 1 Black Dragon, 1 White Dragon. This is all just very standard. Also, I saw a couple Dragon Link decks that were talking about how Brotor was bad. I think I inherently disagree, like more than most things, because that card is just like, it's so good going second and going first. Like the card's just insane. Like you can play into negates that actually destroy, and then summon the Brotor from your hand, still discard target, and then search 11 or whatever you want to search. This is very good. Like I'm not entirely sure why people are saying it's bad. And then the rocket count. Also, this is pre-Bode, pre-Burst of Destiny. I ordered a lot of my Burst Destiny singles yesterday. This is obviously 3 Tracer, 2 of this, and 2 of this. So, this card also I feel is kind of like Brotor, so that's why I enjoy playing 2 of it. This card's also insane as well. Because honestly, obviously Tracer, I don't have to say anything about it, but the Synchron, you can open Foolish Burial, and then that sends the Absolrouter, which searches this. You can normal summon this, bring back the Absolrouter, or the Noctivision, if you have any graveyard, and then you can either make Chaos Ruler, or you can make the Striker Dragon into the, whatever, and then Link and blah blah blah. So it's just, that's one of my favorite cards. Also, I switched up, and I'm actually playing 3 Noctivision in this list, because it's 60 cards, and this is a card I always wanted to see. The chain blocking with this is just very important. Just all around is very good. I'm still only playing 1 Absolrouter though. I feel like this card, it's very good, but once I include Rocket Caliber in the deck, I'm gonna play more copies of this for sure. So Rocket Caliber is insane. And then here's for the crazy stuff. So the Mekk-Knight. So 3 purple, 2 blue, 1 Shifty Boy, and 1 Red Moon. I'm going to go through these one by one. So obviously this card, the one thing I like about this, I'm actually playing Lambda and playing Gamma as well. This card triggers Lambda because you banish a Psychic on your board. So it'll trigger Lambda to add a Gamma from your deck to your hand in the end phase. Obviously, plus it's a search, and you still have a follow-up on the next turn. Of course, it's absolutely insane. This card, I was playing 3 of it. You don't need 3. I mean, especially if you win the die roll. This card's very good. You just don't need 3 of it. I think 2 is completely fine because it's easily searchable. The Shifty Boy, this is probably the most important one because I am playing the World Legacy trap cards that move around and negate and calm and stuff. So, of course, it's very good. And the Red Minute, this is the last minute one that I put in. A long time ago, I used to play Invoked Mekk-Knight, and this was one of my favorite cards for the Mekk-Knight stuff because people just don't expect this card to be in your main deck. And when you search for it and summon it and then banish one and pop one, it's it's just very good. So, huge fan of that. Like I mentioned, the game and the driver. I mean, it's free Chaos Ruler. It's negates. So it's fine. That's the end of the monsters. And then I am playing the 3 triple tactical talents. The one thing about this card too that I want to specify. So look back down here, babe. So with the Mekk-Knights, if you open just any, ideally it would be this. So it's like you open, if this is your hand, right? You would just normal summon this, make the Striker Dragon up here, add the Jesus Christ, let me find it. Oh. Yeah. And then add the Red Eyes, and then obviously this would add the Jesus Christ, the field spell, and then you can set this in the same column as Striker, and then special this, and then banish this for a search, so then you can continue playing. So it's just kind of one of those things. I'm just a huge advocate for that card. So this back, but yeah, the talents was just very good, just based off the settings. Already didn't go over the rocket boot sector launch yet. So and then go through this real quick. Put this back to where it needs to be. All right, and then like I said, the 60 card list. So I'm obviously playing 3 Chaos Space, 3 Quick Launch. And I'm actually playing 3 World Legacy Guard Dragon, 3 World Legacy Succession, and I'm playing 2 of the Survivor. So this deck, so obviously you guys know what this card does. You know, it's very good. You know, same with the Reborn to a Link Arrow. This card also, this card's kind of like Chaos Ruler. In the fact that like you can play this, execute the top 5, add a World Legacy card from your deck to your hand, and then send the rest to the graveyard. And this puts itself in graveyard, so you can make the lib. And then after this card's resolution, you can't do anything but link something. So, and you only play 3 synchros in your extra deck, so it's just you still have access to 12 of your extra deck cards, which you normally end on like lib, IP, you know, blah blah blah. So seal, lib, IP, something like that. So, and then shout out to my boy John. We are playing 2 boot sector launch. Huge fan of this card. He convinced me to play 2. And once Rocket Caliber comes in, and I show a profile with that card's definitely insane. And then these 2, like I talked about with the Rocket Synchron play, where you send the Apps router to add the Synchron, then you can summon the Synchron to add, especially the Apps router, to either make, you know, the Striker, the Chaos Ruler, blah blah blah. So it's like a 1-card Chaos Ruler for your normal summon. Obviously, Monster Reborn, Called by the Grave, 1 for 1. Yeah, this card's very good. 1 Dragon Ravine. And the these 2 traps. So these are obviously searchable once I get into my extra deck. I only want to play 1 of each of them though, so that's just kind of how I was with that. And then for the extra deck, Link 1 is just the Striker, Pisty. Still playing 2 Seal. This is the list I'm playing 2 Seal, and I think the last list I wasn't playing 2 Seal, but 2 Seal's just where you want to be at. So. Obviously the 1 Romulus, the 1 Quad Boral, round out the Link 2 Dragon Monsters, and then here's where we get to the World Legacy stuff. So I actually kind of count these as World Legacy cards. So you need 1 Mekk-Knight monster and any other monster. You can send a Mekk-Knight or a World Legacy card from your hand to the deck to the graveyard to search a World Legacy card. Also, Mekk-Knight monsters can't die by monsters in different columns than them, so it's very good. And then Lib, obviously this can set World Legacy Guard Dragon, it can set the Succession, it can set, you know, any of the trap cards. Like, it's fine. This card's just insane. Usually you want to end on this with like IP. Like, ideally, if you resolve the World Legacy Survivor, this will usually be like one of your end boards, since you can't synchro or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And then like you can tag these out, etc. And then the driver, like I mentioned earlier, with the Purple Nightfall. When you make this, they think you forecast that you have Gamma, even though sometimes you might not. But then you special summon the Purple Nightfall, banish itself to add 1 of the Mekk-Knights, and then this will trigger the end phase, add a Gamma to your hand. So it's very good. And then the 1 Collection Fair Unicorn, the Boral Sword. These are the only Link 4s I play. I'm not playing the access code. You can totally fit the access code if you want to. And then this is just very standard for the synchro. So Chaos Ruler, Boral Sword, and the Hot Red. So and then I have a couple honorable mentions real quick. And I'm not going to show you a combo. It's just like, you know, Black Metal Dragon by itself is a full combo. It's always beat to death, and I don't want to include the. You'll figure out the Mekk-Knight stuff if you actually test this list. This is very good. These are the cards that I would honorable mention. Obviously, the Galaxy Negate, since the Mekk-Knights, the Purple Nightfall is level 8. Like, you can actually make the Purple Nightfall and the Chaos Ruler after you excavate into this. It's nuts. So, honorable mention. Appaloosa, I'm not playing it. you definitely can fit it in there. Same with the Nightmare Phoenix, the Hulk, and the Selene. Obviously, I'm not playing a Veiler, but this was like one of the combos. This is the access code. It's in another deck right now. I just didn't pull it out. And the fucking Abramax. Abramax is just really good. I just really like Abramax. So yeah, so that's my hot take on this deck. There's a couple more. I'm gonna work on the Dragoonity Dragon Link stuff, and I'm gonna have a couple more Dragoonity links and some Dragoonity Dragon Link deck profiles and stuff like that. So, but yeah, guys, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Cheers.